The Tangent Egg podcast is aimed at a mature audience. It contains themes that are not appropriate for all listeners. It's important to note that we are not experts. We routinely have no idea what we're talking about and are just three idiots sitting around a table. Listener discretion is advised.
Welcome to Tangent Egg Podcast. I'm Seth, and as always with me are Swoosh and John Doe.
Hello!
Hi!
And we're starting out this week with Bungie's response to all the people getting Sony's response to all the people getting laid off from Bungie.
Fucking Bungie.
I really wish it was Sony getting... I don't wish layoffs, but Sony could take the L for once.
No, we wish layoffs from the higher-ups of Sony, not from the lower side.
Trim the fat on the top. God.
They are very top-heavy at this point, Jesus.
Yes. But, yes, we got their response, and it's exactly what you think it is. It's a whole bunch of corporate jargon that amounts to, we just fucking felt like it.
We felt like it, and we wanted the line to go up so we could have a bonus.
Well, things like portfolio optimization, which we needed to fire enough people to be back in the black so I get my bonus. And enhancing efficiency of the business, line must go up.
Yeah. It's not even get back into the black. Guaranteed they are already in the black, but they weren't quite at quota for the increased bonus. It's
they weren't quite a bonus black.
Yeah, I want my yacht. Let's just get rid of 200 people.
Because they always talk about optimizing the company with layoffs. Cool. Take the top off.
Yeah.
Take out
optimize out of management, not the people who do the actual job.
It's always say, oh no, they can just do more work. It's like, all right, how about you get rid of four executives and you do their work? Oh no, I can't do more than one person's work. That's unethical. The wonders.
But yeah, it was exactly what everyone expected. Dumb corporate jargon that doesn't justify dick shit.
Yeah.
No.
They should be ashamed of themselves.
We wanted to do the thing.
Yeah.
But we do get to transfer from that to some really good news for once in the gaming space.
Yay! It's been so long!
I know, right? So, we talked about a while back that Tango Gameworks got basically shuttered by Microsoft.
You wanted to say
because
Bungie
they
there,
can't
okay,
define what a successful game on Game Pass is.
Yeah. And given the fact that I very recently actually bothered to get around to trying out Hi-Fi Rush, the game absolutely slaps.
Oh, it's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
If you slept on it like I did and you haven't played Hi-Fi, seriously go play Hi-Fi Rush.
Though if you look at it and go,
amazing.
It's a rhythm game and just not for me, just try it. It's fucking good.
Give it a shot.
They've done everything to make it feel awesome. Even if you're not on timing with the game's beat, you still can play it and you'll still have an amazing time. It just offers extras if you decide to master that. But mastering it's so easy. Within, I'd say, maybe 30 minutes, you'll be on beat and having a great time.
Yeah.
The humor's great, the animation's slick, the characters are all wonderfully over the top. It's amazing. And the soundtrack is, mind-bogglingly good. They use... I swear to God, they must have used... somewhere in Tango Gameworks, there's a room with a giant pentagram in it, because they had to have summoned the devil to get the music that good.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. Well, it's a linchpin. The entire game is based around the music. They had to have it. But how in sync the combat and everything is with the music, how they've synced it into the world... It's no longer just a set piece of, okay, here's boss monster music. It's, okay, here's a base that I can fight to. And
here is your personal symphony of this game.
Yeah.
And it will not be the same as the next person.
It's really fucking good.
Yeah. It's pretty magical that anyone made this, let alone thought it up.
Yeah. And...
But the point is, that studio got shuttered.
Yeah.
Thankfully, Crafted Inc. has swept in to save Tango Gameworks, and they managed to get the Hi-Fi Rush IP as they left the building from Microsoft.
I want to think they smuggled that out. Just we're going to take this with us. Goodbye.
Yeah. So, the Evil Within and Ghostwire Tokyo are staying with Microsoft, but Tango gets to walk out the door off to a new studio with arguably the crown jewel. I like The Evil Within. The Evil Within 2 in particular is a really good game, and Ghostwire Tokyo definitely needed a second outing, but was an interesting offering.
Yeah.
But Hi-Fi Rush is that's walking out with the crown jewels.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely.
It's almost like they walked out the door and gone, well, if this wasn't a success, we may as well take it then. You obviously
Honestly,
don't fucking want it. I'll take
Pretty
it.
much. Like, that would be the greatest bargaining chip ever for them. We want this IP. Well, that'll cost you. Why? It's not a success according to your metrics.
Yeah, it's apparently not good. So,
Yeah.
So we might actually get to see a Hi-Fi Rush 2 or something else using the rhythm system from that. Who knows?
I would like that.
Honestly, I'm very excited.
Yeah.
But yeah, finally, some good gaming news for goddamn once.
It's so few and far between. Like, god fucking damn.
It's been
We've been
so
stuck in a
long.
really shitty timeline.
Yeah.
I was actually talking about this with my housemate. I don't think we're in, like, the worst timeline. I definitely think we got out of the worst timeline, because the worst timeline is easily Trump presidency. But we're only, like, the multiverse next to it.
Yeah, we're like adjacent to the worst.
We're not far off fucking round 2.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
But, like, that's what I mean. Like, we're just, like, worst timeline adjacent. We haven't, like, corrected to the good timeline.
Touching on this month's book, whose fucking life was this?
Yeah.
Around was this?
Whoever it was, they fucked up. And they fucked up bad.
Yes, but
Oh,
more on the book later.
Man, did you see that interview Trump did with Musk?
No, I heard things about it,
it's
but I haven't
so
seen
bad. It's so bad.
it. I'm assuming it's just Trump being Trump. And
Well, yeah,
Elon
but, like,
sticking
he's-
his tongue up there.
Kind of slurring his words. He looks very disheveled. It's like it's not like, I mean, it's Trump, so it's not really his A game anytime. But like, even for Trump, he's clearly not on his A game.
Yeah.
He has the eternal problem. Like, Trump needs to fight something, so when he's got a sycophant, he interviews like shit.
Yeah.
Because when he wants to get like angry and someone's like, "Yes, you're right," no, he needs someone to say no, so that he has some ammo to work with.
Yeah, he needs to work off someone else.
And he may have caused a massive lawsuit that's going to bite Elon Musk in the butt.
Ooh, I like this. What?
So he congratulated Elon Musk for being a guy who'll just cut people, and was talking about how when
When he took over
crap.
Twitter.
No.
It's
Crap,
not
I'm gonna
Twitter,
quote
it's the
this
social
wrong.
media formerly known as Twitter.
Ah, yes.
I think it was like the
Changed his
Tesla
name to a
guys
symbol.
were unionizing. Musk just fired everyone.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
And
Fuck.
Trump was congratulating him for that. And Trump is, Musk is very, like, he's not saying anything. He's not even nodding. He's just watching. Which makes me feel like he's like, oh god, if I acknowledge this in any way, I'm basically fucked.
He was watching it all
Anyway.
crumble.
And that's not the only lawsuit that Musk is wrapped up in. There's another one. You remember the boxer that everyone was like, "Oh no, she's a guy, not a woman,"
yeah.
and it was, of course, like, no, she's a woman. It's fine.
Yeah.
Because of his, he retweeted things about people accusing her of being a guy. Trump and J.K. Rowling are getting caught up in a defamation suit.
I did see that popping up in my newsfeed that J.K. Rowling was being sued for it. I'm like, good. She has too much money.
Her and Musk are the named ones, but they've left it open for basically, if you did this and you spread this misinformation, your head might be on the chopping block.
Yeah. Which is fair.
I know, right?
Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
Which is what Reddit might find out soon.
Yes!
Reddit played the stupid game, and now they're trying to change the rules to make it fucking stupider.
And then they doubled down on the bad decisions. Just...
So Reddit is hinting that some subreddits may become paywalled. Now they've stated that the free Reddit isn't getting touched.
Bullshit.
Well, I mean, even if they're correct, even if it is true that they're not going to start paywalling, the I don't know what their most more viral pages.
No idea.
Like front page of Reddit.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to paywall that for now.
No.
Yes.
But I reckon once, if a subreddit gets popular enough, then it'll start to get either increased ads forcefully put into it. If it goes over a second threshold, it'll get paywalled.
Yep.
Well, I'm sure they'll probably pitch it like, oh, but like, you as the owner of this subreddit could paywall it for, say, $10, and, I mean, you get $5 and we get $5. I mean, isn't that fair? And that's probably what they're gonna do.
More than likely, yeah.
Either way, it's dumb.
Yeah, like,
Like-
it's idiotic. This didn't work out well for newspapers. Why would it work out well for Reddit?
Because Reddit is in the position it's in and basically believes it's too big to die.
Yeah.
Go ask Tumblr.
Yeah.
Let's delete all the porn from the thing. Oh no, our entire fan base.
I know, right?
Or the very late wake up call for several of the ones that have tried to cut porn out of them. Like,
Yeah.
no, like OnlyFans, no porn. It's like, no, that is your fucking,
Yeah.
that is your money
Look,
base.
I
That's
understand.
like the hub going, no, we're not doing titties anymore.
Yeah, like I understand. Like OnlyFans originally started as a musical collaboration. Like,
Well, it was
platform.
meant to be that you can help support creators.
Yeah, and it
the
became
problem
another
was
Patreon.
the only
Yeah.
popular creators, like,
Were the porn
got the
ones.
gear off.
And at that point, you lean into it. You might as fucking well. It's like, no, we don't want porn anymore.
But this is like, I know Reddit lost a whole heap of their user base when they fucked up the APKs for third-party apps.
Yeah,
I know I stopped using it. Like,
Same.
I was on it all the fucking time, and now I might check it once a week to see what articles pop up on it. Other than that, I don't really use it.
Yeah.
Me neither.
So,
I kind of
doing-
gave up on it.
Doing this, like, I might have randomly stumbled across a subreddit gone, okay, what's this? I might have a bit of a look. I might join it. This is cool. Now it's like, okay, here's a post, and now pay for it. Get fucked.
Yeah,
You'll
I'm not
just
dealing
kill
with that.
all throughput. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
It's not a smart business decision for them. Like, they're probably trying to recoup losses after they lost so many people
Oh,
from
yeah.
cutting the third-party apps. I get that,
Yeah.
but this is the wrong way to go about it, guys.
We lost so much of our user base, so let's charge what's left of the user base before we lose this user base as well.
Well, again, right now, they're not charging those people.
Not yet.
Yeah.
This is
Again,
all-
I say that right now.
Yeah.
Like they'll roll it out and they'll keep it pretty chill, but like, not. I'm yet to see a platform increase its monetization and not eventually turn into garbage.
Yeah.
Discord. That's exactly what's happening to fucking Discord.
Oh,
They're
it
rolling
is.
out more and more monetization, and it's becoming shitter and shitter.
God, I hate the fact that whenever I join, because we record in Discord, anytime we jump in here, if you're on your own, there's just a full ad that you cannot get rid of until someone else joins. It's like, how?
But
Why?
you want to get Nitro, right?
I will die
Never.
before I buy Nitro. Like, if someone had a gun to my head and said buy Nitro, I'd say pull the fucking trigger, please. Just-
I
don't
get
want it.
emails every now and again and try 3 months of Nitro for free. Like, no.
Try 3 months of
Absolutely
Nitro for
fucking
free.
not.
Just respond with try leaving me alone for free.
Yeah.
Costs you nothing.
Yeah.
I'd need to be on nitrous oxide to consider it.
Oh, God.
So the Australian government's looking into a potential new digital identification system.
God damn, it's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
Every time this is brought up, everyone brings out the bad reasons why it will never work, and the government always fucking ignores them.
Like, they don't have the greatest, like, digital security history.
Yeah.
Why would you want all of this in one place? And it's not as though, like, they want to all run through their one app. They want you to have your own digital identity provider. So most likely that'll be Google, Apple, Microsoft, or a third-party or a government app that will be wildly inefficient.
Yeah.
Until that government app is privatized.
Absolutely.
We live in Australia and everything can't be government owned.
Yeah. Once it
So-
starts to make money, it'll just be snatched up by some corporation.
Once one party decides we need an immediate cash injection, it'll get sold off,
Yeah.
Yeah, within
regardless of
seconds.
whether it's good for the society or not.
Yeah.
So it's going to be, it'll end up being one of those, or some bloke in a garage will make a fucking app and release it out there as your digital identity. Then your identity gets stolen and fucking. There's so many ways this can go fucking wrong.
Oh yeah, and we can see them before it's even like a proper thought out plan. Like we already know how this is going to go, and they won't plan for those bad things. They'll just go, no, it's fine.
I'm genuinely surprised that in this they didn't also say it'll be attached to a blockchain.
Yeah. Honestly,
I'm genuinely surprised.
No. It's going to be an NFT. Your digital life will be an NFT.
Your actual, like, the image of your driver's license will be your NFT.
Oh, God.
With a blockchain attached to it.
We shouldn't say anything. They're probably listening at this point. We need more dumb ideas, lads. Listen to the podcast. It's stupid. I hate it so much.
It feels particularly dumb, given the fact that, like, okay, so what is this supposed to do? Well, it's basically just a way for you to prove who you are, that you're over 18, and where you live. You mean my driver's license?
Yeah.
Or the 18 plus card?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
We've already got a perfectly valid system that functions and is arguably, and I can't believe I'm about to say this about a piece of plastic I keep in my wallet, more secure.
Yeah. Because it's in my fucking wallet, not the government's.
But looking around, I did some more digging around to find out a bit more about this because I was curious, like, what do they actually want it to use for? And they want it so it'll display from an app as a QR code. So if you walked into a bar, you don't have to get your license out. You can scan your own QR code on their reader because that's secure.
Yeah.
But also, if you're applying for a house to live in, it'll have it can link to your bond information. It can link to your rental agreement, to your bank, to this. Like, then it's not just I'm proving I'm 18. Here is my driver's license. They want a full digital identity for you to be for it to be linked to everything you do.
Yeah.
This is a very, very early step to a fucking social credit scheme.
Yeah.
I don't like this.
And I already hate the way the rental system works. With
Oh,
that shit.
fucking oath.
Fuck. That shit's bad. I don't understand why they think this is a good idea. There's been so many other countries
Because they're
who've
governments, that's
yes,
why.
but
Yeah.
so many other governments have floated this idea, and it's never fucking worked. And they don't improve on the last person's attempt. They just copy paste and hope it'll work this time.
They just use newer technology to do the same bad idea.
Yeah. Like, honestly, it's
Look,
the problem
I
with having
understand-
geriatrics running the country at the moment. They don't understand
look,
tech.
Sooner or later, this is coming.
Yeah.
Like, even if you got every geriatric out of the fucking government, you put in a bunch of young kids, sooner or later, a government will want to know everything about you.
Oh, yeah.
You will get a digital ID.
Oh, guaranteed.
I think for a social credit scheme, it should be implemented into Parliament first.
Yes.
A live response that you can say, yes, I approve, I know I do not approve of this politician in particular. And if
Yeah.
you go under a certain threshold, you're out immediately.
Definitely.
Would never work. Would be completely useless.
Because we
It'd
all
fucking-
just spam it.
And it'd clean every cunt out, burn the whole thing down and start again.
But you just get to the bottom, then you get a whole bunch of new people in, and then the whole thing would just happen again.
Yep.
It would just grind government down to a useless thing.
Yes.
And
So nothing
however
would
much
change.
you hate government, we need it. You can talk shit all you want.
Oh, yeah.
Someone has
We
to
do
get the
need
roads
it.
made.
We do need it, but it could be fucking pulled back a bit.
It could,
Yeah.
but the people who get into it's the power corrupts thing.
Yeah.
You can't put anyone in that position and expect them to do always the right thing. Sooner or later, someone with enough money or someone with dirt on them
Yeah.
will get what they want done.
Yeah. There's no way around it, unfortunately. People suck.
I definitely believe we need to bring the age thing down, though.
Oh, fuck
Yeah.
yes. You should not be able to, keep going in government for your entire...
If you're eligible for age pension, you are not eligible for government.
Yes.
If your kids have kids,
Out.
you're too old.
Yeah. You are no longer in touch with the current generation. Please leave. Honestly, I would just prefer a government that actually listens to any of their advisors or like experts.
No, the
in
problem
the
is
field.
their advisors are fucked up.
Well, that's the thing, though. Like,
They've hired friends of
And
friends to be advisors.
when governments have actually listened to experts, we got stuff done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is dumb. Do you ever wonder why we don't hear about the ozone layer anymore?
Yeah.
Because it got done. It got fixed.
Scientists went, oh, CFCs are absolutely fucking our ozone layer. You need to stop using them. Governments went, we trust you, and we're going to get rid of those CFCs. And guess what? The ozone layer stabilized, and we don't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Listen to the fucking scientists,
But
damn
the
it!
problem is, so much shit is no longer, I'm hearing a fact and this is a fact. Let's work on the fact. Now it's, I'm hearing a thing and I slightly disagree with it, so I feel it's this. I don't care about your fact, I feel this.
Honestly, the other thing is there needs to be some kind of prerequisite for being in a position of government. If you're going for the science minister position, you have to have held a role in a scientific system of some kind. You can't just be a lawyer. A lawyer doesn't know everything about scientific method or what needs to be done or
If you are
process in a
deep
lab.
enough into science to meet that qualification, you don't want to be a politician.
Still, you kind of need someone. Or at least like a science major that you'd studied.
I
Someone who can
completely
understand.
agree with you. It's never going to happen. The people who are most qualified to do those jobs aren't doing those jobs.
Which is annoying because they're the
thing
qualified
that they
one.
got the qualifying in.
It's like when you like randomly promote someone to being a leader of an office. It's like they don't want to be there, but you make them do it because there's no one else. Just kidnap a random scientist. Be like, ha! You're a minister now, fucker.
What is it? The most people get promoted to the highest level they shouldn't be at.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Before they should
kidnap
be
a
knocked back
scientist.
down a peg. Yeah.
Yeah, just kidnap a scientist. Like, congratulations, you're a minister. I don't want to be here. No one does. Shut up and run the country.
Although, speaking of corporations doing absolutely outrageously bullshit shit,
Yeah.
we're going to have to talk about the Disney thing.
The Disney thing is fucked. Like, more than Disney, and Disney's already pretty fucked.
I don't know how they think this is a good idea that will fly.
So,
Charlatan lawyers, that's why.
yeah. So, for anyone who's lived under a rock and didn't hear about this, a couple went to a Disney park, went to the restaurant, told the restaurant about a food allergy the wife had.
It was something to do with dairy, I think.
I can't remember off the top of my head what she had a food allergy.
Yeah.
Either way,
Point.
she informed that she had the allergy.
She informed them. They checked with the chef. They checked with the server when he delivered the food.
They did everything
because
in their
this
power.
isn't the I kind of swell up and look a little dumb kind of
Well, I'm
allergic. This is
gluten
the
intolerant.
will die.
Yeah. This is like, I will die horribly and in pain. Like,
And guess what happened?
yeah.
At which point her late husband is trying to sue Disney.
Rightfully
and for an
fucking so.
honestly tiny amount of money.
Oh yeah,
He's only asking for
$50,000. Like, god
Yeah.
damn.
And I mean, my father has unfortunately passed away not that long ago, and I've been through the expenses of dealing with death in the family. He's asking for a pretty modest amount of money.
Yeah. That's enough to cover
Disney-
funeral expenses and lawyer fees and that kind of stuff. He just wants to...
And I assume, since like most people travel for to go to Disney,
Yeah.
probably depending on how he wants to deal with it, potentially transportation of a corpse.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's going for a cremation, which you could do locally and then easily transport. But you know, if they actually need the body, they want the body for a grave. It could be cost there.
yeah.
Honestly, I haven't really looked into it because I don't want to go prying into this guy's
Yeah,
personal life to figure out what he
absolutely
wants
not.
to do with his dead wife.
Yeah.
Either way, 50 grand, tiny amount of money for what
Fucking
what's
oath. That's
happened.
Yeah.
changing the back of the lounge for Disney.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, Disney's is trying to get it thrown out of court and dumped into arbitration because back in 2019 he signed up for 1 month of free Disney Plus, and in the TOA of the Disney Plus thing says you can't sue Disney.
Or any of its affiliates. Because
Yeah.
that's what they're trying to go for. Is you can't raise a suit against Disney Plus or any of its affiliated...
It has to be handled within arbitration. It can't go to jury.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And arbitration favors the big company.
Yeah. And
'Cause
honestly,
if-
this should have been laughed out of the room.
If this goes to a jury, that 50,000 will have zeros attached.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck yeah. honestly, just for the sake that they tried pulling this stunt, Zero should be attacked.
Oh, yeah. Like, you try and find a fucking impartial jury if this goes to a court with a fucking jury in it. Because everyone's like, you're trying to throw... You killed this bloke's wife, he's only asked for 50,000, and you're trying to screw him for that?
Yeah.
Oh, you watch those fucking zeros fly up.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And it's very horrible. Like, he should never have gone through this to begin with, but at the same time, just then having to have the company in, like, you know, it's not reached court yet, has it? It's still in...
the Disney's still trying to stop it from going to open court.
And just having to have meetings with these pricks to say, oh, no. Just, you signed a contract for a Disney Plus account, so you can't do this. You have to go to arbitration. It's like, how does this qualify for Disney Plus? Like, I wasn't streaming while she died.
And it's the fact that it says Disney.
Yeah. It's
also,
you can't sue
Disney lawyers,
Plus.
Disney lawyers are also trying to separate themselves because they're saying that they're deeply saddened by the family's loss and understand the grief. But given that the restaurant is neither owned nor operated by Disney, they're separately licensed even though they're in the Disney park, they are merely defending themselves against the plaintiff's attorney's attempt to include them in the lawsuit.
See, if Disney had stepped out and gone, you need to sue our affiliate, we don't run that restaurant.
Yeah.
You can't sue us.
Would have been fine.
Like, your beef is with that restaurant.
Yeah.
It would have been scummy, but it would have been like, okay, that tracks, that makes sense. You need to sue
that makes sense.
people. But the fact that they're like, you can't sue us. Why? Because you signed up for Disney Plus?
The
Just
fact
makes
that
it feel like they're trying to hide something.
Yeah, it feels like they're trying to hide behind that. Things like, no, you can't get to us because of this. Like, well, we wouldn't have to get to. You could have paid like 50 grand and been done with this. It never would have to have reached the, like, you know, the news or any other system. But
But like, in doing that, what would stop any company signing a deal with, say, Microsoft or Apple and throwing in their terms and conditions just in any random spot that, by the way, agreeing to this means that you can't sue any of these list of companies?
Yeah. Like, honestly, I don't think a terms and conditions case is ever actually held up in court. Because they're written in legalese. They're always written in legalese. You have to have a law degree to understand what you're reading. And even lawyers who have gone through, like, Apple terms of service and all that kind of stuff are confused. It's like, this goes in circles and nowhere. I don't know why this is here. This entire section.
To confuse. If you try to read it, it's there to confuse you. So
It's there
the
to put
next
you
thing
to
that you
sleep.
do read that does make slight sense, you'd start doubting yourself. Oh, maybe this wasn't how I read it.
It's horribly scummy, and I hate it.
Yeah.
Like,
And, like, I feel like it's particularly egregious because it's Disney.
yeah.
It's not like this money would have bankrupted the company, so they're like, crap, we gotta find some way to fight this.
If Disney wanted
like-
to get a modicum of any of their goodwill back, they would have covered this poor man's, like, this woman's funeral, paid for all the expensive themselves, and given the 50K. They're just like, we're sorry this
Like,
happened on our grounds.
I can understand why they're not doing exactly that, because they don't want to set precedent of anyone to accidentally dying to get a cat payout in fucking Disney. But as a goodwill gesture, saying, like, we know that something bad has happened here, like, to assist you in particular in this case, this is what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, it's not... Yeah. It could have been handled so much fucking better, because, like...
I mean, hell, even if they had been like, okay, we don't like this, but, like, we can kind of sweep it.
Yeah.
But just, like, paying the guy, just...
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, just non-disclosure agreement, here's the money, please don't mention this to anyone, we're done.
It honestly feels like someone at Disney was just like, if we can get this over the line,
Yeah.
that basically means we can't be sued.
Yeah, they are
Yeah.
testing a
Because
If we
precedent.
can
We've
set
got-
this precedent, yeah.
The amount of people who signed up for Disney Plus basically makes this unsuable.
All I can imagine is like, hey Steve, do you reckon we can pay off a judge? I've got a fucking deal for us. It's horrible. Don't like it.
Yeah, no, it is absolutely abhorrent, and the idea that anyone thought this was... Because, like, any half-decent lawyer's going to walk into that courtroom and just be like, it's for Disney Plus.
Any judge with a
It's not
soul
for the
is
park.
yeah. Any judge with a soul is going to see this and be like, no, get out of my
Which
courtroom.
part of Disney Plus has a restaurant?
Yeah, you're not wrong.
It's just.
Does the
it's
Disney
so
Plus
absurd.
app have like a DoorDash attached to it that I didn't know about?
Oh, look, give Disney half a second, they'll probably do that. It'd be like gold class cinemas where you can order things to arrive at certain points in the movie.
That's the next tier of the subscription.
Oh, goddamn.
So, the old check your kids' Halloween candy thing seems to have been somehow become real in New Zealand.
We finally got rid of that whole thing. We weren't hearing about every fucking October from the Americans screaming about,
I
things and
know.
apples.
And now you wait till their fucking Halloween this year.
Oh,
Holy
I know, right?
shit.
So, in New Zealand, a food bank got delivered a bunch of candy that turned out to actually be meth.
Somewhere a crackhead is getting the shit kicked out of him.
Though, can you
Some
imagine,
delivery
like,
boy's having a bad day.
like, normally, like, they say, oh, don't give the kids red lollies. They go hyperactive. So you give the kid a pineapple meth lolly.
Look, the thing is, this is fucked up, and it's funny, but at the same time, it's fucking horrible. Because
Oh, fucking
any
oath.
one of these little candies is enough meth to essentially kill an elephant. It's potent shit. People have had it in their mouth for like a fraction of a second, spit it out, because it tastes fucking horrible, apparently. Which is good to know. But even that has resulted in them going to hospital because of the side effects of just that small amount.
Could they not have at least added some sort of pineapple flavoring?
Well, you weren't supposed to eat them. It's clearly just a cover that they were using, like, oh yeah, it's just a bag of candy. It's not meth.
Yeah.
But they actually press them into a candy shape. They look specifically like candy.
Yeah.
If you open them, it looks like a fucking lolly. At least make it smell, or
Yeah, I was gonna say, at least like
something.
put some kind of scent of pineapple, so when the customs agent opens, they're like, why doesn't this smell like pineapple?
Well, clearly that doesn't matter because it got found at a food bank, not at a customs point.
Honestly, I just want to know who made that much of a royal fuck up. Either this is someone who has just seen some boxes of candy, someone go, oh, I'll grab this and take the food bank. Or a delivery boy has made a very bad decision and a very bad mistake.
Given that they only found 29 of them, it feels like someone bought meth and it was in this form, and then someone was like, "Oh, I'll just give this candy to the food bank. It's just pineapple candy.
The
Who cares?"
candy
Yeah.
fell off the back of a truck.
And I mean, like, this is kind of crazy, given that, like, I think it was a month ago, like, multiple kilos of cocaine got found at a farmer's market hidden inside celery.
Yeah, that was a weird one. But honestly,
Apparently, the food bank farmer's market area is where you get your drugs now.
look, Coles and Woolies have made sure it's unsustainable to be a farmer. I don't blame them.
Yeah. That's where you go to smoke your cabbage.
Yeah, the devil's lettuce.
Not crop circles out in that cane field. It's we're just clearing some land for some stuff.
If you stare hard enough, the circles appear.
Look, thankfully, I don't think anyone's died from ingesting it, at least, which is
No, they haven't.
absolute bonus. So thankfully, it's just a terrifying but also kind of funny thing that happened.
Also, like, it says they're not tainted lollies. It's not just like they've added meth to
Yeah.
candy.
No, it's
They're
meth.
just
Pure
methamphetamine.
meth. Yeah.
For the 30 like candy-sized blocks they found is 300 doses.
Yeah,
Yep.
that is a lot. Like, each candy essentially is like, what, 100 doses kind of thing. It's fucking terrifying. Or 10
Yeah.
doses or something. But
That's
Either way,
just
well,
fucking
great.
wild.
yeah.
Yeah. Sorry.
All I get from the
each one
candy is candy. Diabetes.
Yeah, they tasted the lollies, which had a potentially lethal 3 grams of methamphetamine. God damn! Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
if it's not fucking razor blades or pins in fucking strawberries, it's fucking meth lollies.
Yeah.
Except the razor blade thing has never been proven in the States, and no one's giving out their weed gummies. Like, you insane?
Weed gummies are expensive. I ain't giving that to kids, no matter how funny it would be.
No, but we'll give meth to food banks.
Oh yeah, definitely. That there's got to be a line you draw.
I don't understand this timeline. This is a weird world we're in.
It really fucking is. Like,
Yeah.
I'm getting burnt out on the level of drama that happens in the world at the moment. I know it's because social media and the internet means we see the entire world's drama all at once. But it's like, come on, guys, things have gotten crazier, right?
It feels like there's like 8 high-action drama shows that are all based on the same planet, but they're all coming to a season finale at the same fucking time.
Yeah, it's the crossover for all the aliens' favorite shows.
It's all the crossover episodes.
Is that why the Paris Olympics was so bad? It was just all these random cameo characters that needed to get
that was their reality TV fix. Their reality sports TV.
The second reality TV show is more of a horror one where we have 2 astronauts who are still stuck up in space until next year.
That's a thriller they've ended on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
I mean, that's partially because NASA's not trusting Boeing to make the...
Honestly, considering the fucking shuttle broke on the way there, it's a miracle they made it there at all. I wouldn't trust Boeing.
Because Boeing has put its hand up and been like, we'll make another one.
At which point, NASA's gone, sit the fuck down. Just sit in the corner with your little dunce hat on and you watch the proceedings. Watch SpaceX do what we pay you billions to do. It's just like, okay.
Pretty much.
It's fucking great. Horrible. But great.
Right. Do we want to brush on the ray gun stuff?
Yes, because it's
this
fucked.
is I can't escape it. This has been more of a plague on my timeline than the Haktu girl.
Yeah.
So,
I've seen some quality memes.
What the next meme was gonna be, and it had to be this. God, fucking damn.
My favorite so far is a guy lifting up a rock, and it's just a bunch of her doing that weird worm,
the scuttle.
flop, the scuttle. Ah, it's amazing. That's my favorite so far.
So I said that this last Ray, I can't remember what her last name was. Fuck.
God knows, but she's not.
It's so that the Ray Gun nickname.
Yeah.
Is from matching her first and last name together.
I think it's a Gunner or something similar.
Yeah, something like that. She went to the Olympics to do breakdancing, and a lot of people were apparently the breakdance community was a little so-so on the whole Olympics thing anyway, because it's not affiliated with breakdancing governing body deciding what breakdancing is.
Yeah.
But it was their chance to be on the big stage and the world, arguably, watches the Olympics. So it was the first chance for breakdancing to be there.
Yeah.
And we sent this glass. And she put up a performance so bad, she got 0 points.
That's the first person in Olympics history, I think, to get 0 in their sport.
Not even a pity point.
Yeah. Not even the nice judge is like, you know what? 1 point for trying.
If you've seen it, it's a pretty terrible routine.
Someone put up the entire routine. I got 2 minutes in, 1 minute in, and just nah, done.
It's not even drunk uncle at a wedding routine. It's so much worse.
Look, I watch cringe content occasionally just to laugh at humanity. I couldn't get through this. It was just painful to watch.
Yeah.
But
I've watched a little bit of breakdancing, mostly because when you see some of these guys really go off,
oh, they're fucking good.
It's mesmerizing.
The core on these people.
This girl did not.
No.
And in the wake of it, there was a lot of people going, you shouldn't be making fun of her, it's not fair, and pointing to the fact that before she went to this, she wrote an article about how the corporatization of breakdance.
Yeah.
And people were like, it was like a protest or something like that, and it was intentionally bad, it wasn't she just sucks. No. And they were pushing people dig deeper, you should really look in, you shouldn't just listen to everything you see on social media. So people did. Turned out that shit was a little bit rigged.
Yeah. The person who selected for that was her husband. And
her husband ran the organization that pushed her for it. She's only appeared in one tournament organized by her husband.
where like no one else turned up.
I don't know if anybody else turned up, but she was there.
Yeah.
That's the point. Like, you know, like most athletes going to something like the Olympics, you have to do
At least
you have
one
to go to
qualifier.
tournaments and prove that you've been in those sort of things.
Yeah.
And yeah, so it basically was a giant stacked thing where the person who was selecting people to go to the Olympics was married to the person they sent. And yeah, they weren't good.
And apparently she's now in counseling because of the backlash that happened. It's like, as far as I'm concerned, you should have expected this backlash. I'm sorry, but you went up on the world stage, even if you were doing it as a form of protest or something that people kept talking about, which I doubt. That's still a dick move.
Yeah.
Like, because of this, like, they're not doing breakdancing in the Olympics again.
Well, no, not because of this. It wasn't on the docket for
The next one. Los
for
Angeles.
Seattle.
Was it Seattle or LA? God, no.
America.
America!
It's going to America next.
The other place.
Yeah. So it was already
They
it
might
wasn't
win
on the
shooting
docket for that one. It wasn't like removed from the Olympics. It just wasn't
On their docket.
on the system for it for the to be prepped for that. Theoretically, Australia could do it. I fucking hope we don't.
I really hope we don't. I don't even want the Olympics here. Fuck.
No, we I think we've waxed well eternally on the fact that we're like, I really don't want to be in this fucking state when that happens. I really want to just disappear for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not coming for, 8 years, so I've got some time to bank some leave.
Problem is, like, we're well behind on any timeline to actually get set up properly. We are looking at the down the barrel of being worse than France. Like, if
How? Like, we have all that... I know we talked about it last time, but, like we have that entire facility down the Gold Coast. Like, how can we...
Oh,
be
because they
behind?
won't use that.
they
want to build
still have
something
to
new.
build it, but they're also ripping the guts out of a bunch of other stuff that hasn't started yet. They're still in negotiations. They're well behind schedule.
I don't care. I don't care about the Olympics. I've never cared about the Olympics. You're gonna have a hard fight getting me ever to care.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in it for the drama. It just kind of sucks when the drama is in my city and my city is full of assholes from around the world.
Yeah.
Until they buy
pretty much.
Greece.
Yes! Just buy Greece! It's a win-win for everyone. Greece gets an economy again, and we get a place to hold the Olympics.
Yes.
Although,
Yeah.
like, there's a big thing that they've been talking about. What is it? Techno doping.
Yeah, because everyone's using the weird gadgets and shit, like the eye thing for the shooting and certain shoes and...
The big two being the shark suit from back in the day.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which increased people's ability to swim, so they were like, nope, you can't have that. And then, yeah, Nike made, like, ultra good shoes for doing marathon running, and then they're like, no, you can't have those.
Just do what NASCAR did. Like, everyone has to use the same equipment.
No, NASCAR, there were fucking ways around the NASCAR rules
Yeah.
as well.
I mean, there's always ways around everything, but...
Well, they had to have a fuel tank that could hold a certain amount of fuel, but they said nothing about the fuel line. So they put almost a 300-foot fuel line in there, so they could put so much more fuel in the tank.
Yeah.
Well, the tank only held a certain amount.
Just do what bowling alleys do. Hand out the shoes. Like, here, these
so-
are your shoes.
The
You get allocated
counterpoint to
equipment.
there is actually a counterpoint to what you just suggested.
Yeah.
Which is, one, a lot of that equipment can be very expensive. So unless the Olympic Committee is going to fork out the gear, it's not making things even. And even if you, because there was one where they suggested you had to have consumer level equipment out for, I think it was like 4 years before it could be in the Olympics.
Yeah.
But the type of gear that those athletes use isn't like I buy a pair of shoes and I wear them for years. The type of equipment they use for athletes can last months.
Yeah.
So a $300 pair of shoes to me is a multi-year investment. A $300 pair of shoes to an athlete is a 3-month investment, and then you got to do it again.
Yeah.
So even if you standardize the equipment, the cost alone can be prohibitive. And then even if you are like, everyone runs butt naked.
Yeah. Go back to the old days.
No one gets gear. Everyone does it nude. One, the fact that it's not just guys anymore.
Swimwear.
Could cause you
Everyone
issues.
everyone runs in Speedos. For every event.
Yeah, but then
Winter
but then
Olympics and
there'll be
all.
But then there'll be shark skin speedos, and it'll somehow give a 0.1 decrease in your drag coefficient.
They're all
No
made
problem.
of sandpaper.
Then we're talking to all the drag queens around the world, going, "How do you tuck it back? I need more. I need less lift."
Point is, though, even if you did that, the technological doping would still exist because you look at somewhere like America. When they train their athletes, they have dedicated gyms with recovery areas and doctors around the clock monitoring how they work.
Yeah.
You can get gear for cyclists, which actually uses lasers to determine if they're in the optimum, like that riding squat they do.
Yeah.
Like, they have lasers that you can attach to the bike, which determines if you're in the optimal angle for speed.
They also do a bunch of stuff with like breathing masks to get like thin atmosphere, because
Yeah, for like marathon runners,
Yeah.
so you get the increased lung capacity. So even if you evened out everything to do with the equipment, the training itself is a type of techno-doping.
well, yeah, it's basically when the Olympics became an international dick measuring contest. This is when it started, and just it's gotten out of control now.
Yeah, so there's a real question about, like, is the Olympics even a test of who's the best human?
It's just who
I know
has the
we
best.
on
like-
this show have been very advocate we need the drug Olympics.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh,
But,
yeah.
like, we're half there anyway, because the Olympics is no longer who's the best at throwing a rock. It's who had the best training to get to do that rock throw the
Yeah.
best.
Who has the best access to the best rock?
Snoop
Yeah.
Dogg. I just love the fact he was a fucking ambassador. It's like, we'll make Snoop Dogg a Olympics ambassador. We'll also send back a bunch of athletes for smoking marijuana. It's like, that's putting the fox in the henhouse right there, guys. Jesus, what are you doing?
He even brought his own Olympic pin.
Oh, I love that.
Actually, apparently it's become a big thing, like athletes bringing their own pins for trading.
Yeah, they trade them amongst themselves. It's a trophy, I guess.
So, it is the, once again, glorious book week.
And it was a very glorious book.
Yes.
I enjoyed
Yes, it
the
was.
shit out of this book. It was
Oh,
Yeah,
great.
This book
I
absolutely slapped.
Yeah.
the bloke who recommended this book to me before I put it on here, I introduced him to our little podcast to say, hey, look, this is what I'm doing here. And so he started listening to this. So, g'day, Nick. Fuck a great
Hi, bud.
recommendation.
Send us more recommendations.
The book we read was the Middle Falls Time Travel Omnibus, Middle Falls Time Travel Books 1 through 3. And it makes a perfect trilogy.
It really
Yeah.
does.
It is, like, every time, like, each book made me want to read the next one more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like
So-
the whole catch, like an overarching theme through it is if it's not all right, it's not over.
Yeah.
Like, which is the catchline of why these things keep cycling.
So the basic gist is something happens to someone that is
A tipping point in their life, essentially.
kind of,
Yeah.
it's sort of like, even in the last one, they argue that it's essentially if you kill yourself,
Yeah.
But you get thrown back in
If
time.
you put yourself into harm's way and actively endanger yourself.
Well, that's why, like, that's like the third book is the one that where they get a little squiggly with that.
Yeah.
Where it's like the dude jumps in front of someone to save them.
Yeah.
So it's a selfless act, but he did kind of suicide.
Yeah. He's suicide by school shooter.
But did save people.
Yeah.
The idea is that, this sort of thing happens, and then you get thrown back in time and you relive some amount of your life.
Yeah.
It is an amazingly written book, because
Oh, yeah.
I was a little worried that since, they really start pretty early with the time travel stuff.
It's within like
And I
the
was
first
like,
chapter.
I don't know how much I feel like reading something that's going to do a lot of time travel. It's not really my cup of tea. Is like heavy use of that, but they don't heavily use it in any. Well, they use it quite a lot, but they use it in a way that I think actually makes the story better.
They
Yeah.
use it a lot in the second one in the first chapter, and then it calms down.
I actually would say they use it the most. Well, okay, he uses it the most in the second story.
Yeah.
but
it's a throwaway line, yeah.
Plot-wise, it's used the most in the third story.
Definitely.
Because that guy, in that one, the main character goes through the time loop, 4 times?
4 times that we see, yeah.
But
Yeah,
like,
it's really hard to describe what happens in these stories
Look-
because I don't want to spoil anything.
The great thing is that you can put it in certain, like, shotgun ways, because the first book is a guy who, after his brother dies very early, like he's 16, in a car crash that he accidentally causes his life to veer off. He becomes a drunk, he lives at home with his mum, he gets fired from his job, and essentially he ends it all. He's like, nah, I'm done, I'm so sorry, I'm out. And wakes up in his, like 16-year-old body again, or 15-year-olds, or something like that. 8 months.
I think it was like, yeah, it was like 8 months before the accident.
Yeah, 8 months before the accident, he's like, oh shit, I can actually do something about this. But when he goes to school, he remembers, because he went through the years of Facebook. He's now back in the 80s. Or earlier, I can't quite remember.
Yeah.
70s. When he goes back, he looks around, like, sees a guy in his class, like, that guy's a serial killer. I remember researching him because it came out in the news of how many people he killed, and I researched it online. Fuck, what do I do? And it's him dealing with that and getting in way over his fucking head.
though, like,
And unfortunately, that's it. You can't spoil anything else about it because, like, the next two books build on that framework, and it's major spoilers to talk about anything else to do with it.
Yeah.
well, it is very much like, what would you do if you woke up as a 10-year-old knowing what you know now, but it's abrupt. You think your life is over, and suddenly it's like, adjust. Like, it's not something you can plan for, so you got to deal with all the repercussions. Oh, fuck, I was 40, now I'm 10. Now I've got to deal with all this.
And one of the things I like that they actually dealt with a number of times that I thought was really good was people having adult brains in kids' bodies.
Yeah.
Because no one listens to a kid.
Yeah.
He knows stuff. He's a 40-year-old, but, like, as far as anyone else is concerned, you're 10, shut up.
And
Yeah,
one of
you're
them
talking
does,
shit.
like, one of them tells his pastor about it all and gets shipped off to, like, shipped away, essentially, one of his lives.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, shit.
The girl in the first book, she says, I told my parents about it, and I told someone else that living a life in an insane asylum isn't great.
Yeah.
Like,
It's very hard to kill yourself in an insane asylum.
So, yeah, it's incredibly well written. I actually found all of the main characters, like, massively compelling. The second one was not expecting to like.
Yeah, me neither.
No.
I started that book on you fucking... How dare you try and humanize this guy?
I want this character to get fucked over so hard, and
Yeah.
then once you get into it, like, it's the redemption of this character,
Oh, mate.
and he gets fucking redeemed. A
I'm not
character
even gonna
you
lie.
hate.
The end of that second book had me kind of choked up. Like, how fucking dare you make me feel things for this character, you
Yeah.
absolute legend. And each one dealt with a separate kind of thing. It wasn't just the same thing over and over
Yeah.
again. Like, the last
The,
book is a guy who has obsessive levels of love for someone. Like, it's scary.
Yeah.
The second book reminded me very much of, like, just the feeling I got from Ender's Game, and the
Yes.
first half of the third book was Ender's Shadow.
Yeah.
Like, right up until the point where he leaves that whole thing. There was just a feeling of that, of these two characters going through all this, and then it's just like, oh yeah, now we're continuing on with other things.
Yeah.
Yeah, completely agree with you. Like, I know normally we talk a lot of spoilers, but, like, quite honestly, this omnibus is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would rather recommend you be vague and recommend it to as many people as I can.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've already
Then-
tried to
then-
force this on
Then
numerous people.
spoil it here.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
this will be towards the top of my recommendation list for a lot of people. Like, this is a really good fucking book.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're, a bit over halfway through the year. I'm pretty sure our 2024, like, roundup at the end when we check all the books we read this year, this thing's going to be, like, near the top.
Oh,
yeah.
Not the top.
I'm going to
We're
guarantee
gonna
it's the top for me.
We're going to have to pull out a really good book to beat this.
Yeah. Like, fucking good pick there. Like, it was fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, so Nick, well done, mate. Top shelf. Thank you very much, Lee. I've foisted a lot of lit RPG onto you, so you wanted to recommend something back to me. Good choice. Thank you very, very
Yes.
much, Lee.
Always good.
So, because
We're doing a
somewhere
shuffle
along the
this
line,
time.
yeah, somewhere along the line we got out of sync, and the Halloween book is always mine. but I would be next person up to pick a book. So Swish is going to pick our next book so that I can pick the Halloween book.
Yay! Maybe I'll finally get the stinker I've been dodging so far. Give me 2 shakes. I'll pull up the book I have chosen for this month. And now, of course, my internet refuses to actually work.
Of course.
We've been recording for almost an hour, and you couldn't anywhere in there pull up the audio.
No, I have it open on my audio app, but Audible app, but it's decided to refresh, so it's just a spinning circle of death. Ah, there we go. So this one's called Homeworld Lost. So when I read the blurb for this, my brain instantly went to Farscape, because I'll read it out and you'll know where I'm going. During a test flight for the world's first warp engine, Major Noah Gantz is set to go down the history books. Despite years of training, the mission goes sideways, and instead of a quick trip around the moon and back, Noah's ship is transported across the universe to stars unknown. Stranded in space on the brink of death, Noah is rescued by a sentient starship and its captain. To save his life, the ship's own biomatter must replace his failing cells. Now Noah is different, stronger, faster, and there's a voice in his head. It's the voice of the ship itself, and its name is Kayan. So, with no way to return home, Noah must adapt and rebuild his life in this unfamiliar corner of the universe. As he does, he discovers a looming threat in the far reaches of space, growing in power, and set on capturing Noah and his ship. Worse still, this new enemy knows about Earth, and it has big plans. So, yeah, it's just Farscape, but I loved Farscape. How could I not love this book? It makes sense.
Yeah, no, I get the vibe.
So I'm quite keen to give that one a shot. I've already listened to 1 chapter of it when I made my decision, and so far I'm liking it. It's not bad. I'm also only 1 chapter in, so that could go drastically wrong very quickly.
I could do with a good step out of the lit RPG genre. I've chewed quite a bit into it. But also I noticed it's 11 books long, but the last 3 are not an Audible. So if I get hooked on this Swoosh and I can't get those last 3 books, I'm knocking on your fucking door.
Which is great, because after you kick my ass, we can go and get drunk. It's been a while. But no, it looks entertaining. I'm quite keen for it, and I haven't burnt out on lit RPG or progression books, but I would like something different. And this just seems like straight sci-fi. So
I'm pretty down for it because I just chewed through the latest TV Fights with Monsters, and I read the newest book of the Dungeon in the Clouds.
Yeah.
So I could definitely use a break.
Like a palate cleanser kind of thing.
Because I've got 2 more to read, because I've got the next one from Cyber Dreams and Mimicking Me.
And we've got
already queued up.
Cloud, or was it Mist Runner coming soon as well? The new book of that.
Oh yeah, there's another one of those coming. Actually, I haven't read book 3 of that yet. I've only read book 1 and 2.
No, book 3.
Still got to go back to
book
that.
Book 3 comes out of the Mist Runner series in 10 days.
There you
go. Stray Cat Strut had the 3rd and 4th. I wonder if we're getting more of that soon, actually.
Stray Cat?
Yeah.
When I last looked at books we've read that had more coming, it didn't have anything.
Nah, that's fair.
If you give me a second, I got it right here. Let me have a look. Currently, it has no slated follow-up book to book 5.
Ah, that's fair. But I needed a palate cleanser because I've been listening to more of Life Reset after I finished blaring through Middle Falls. And whilst I like that book, at the same time, I want to smack the main character every so often. Like, stop putting every point into mental! Spread your stats around, you idiot! But that's just my inner gamer screaming at him.
So, we're going to read, was it Homeworld Lost?
Yeah.
Homeworld Lost is going to be our book for this month.
I'm keen. It looks fun. And worst comes to worst, we finally get my stinker.
Yeah, maybe.
You are due a stinker.
Vamp, we've got 2 minutes to fill.
Ah, shit! Look at me dance! Oh, I'm dancing! Oh, wait, you can't see shit. This
in our audio podcast.
Yeah.
The quality move there, man.
It all makes sense.
Questacon set up a quality experiment where they burnt a 9-year-old.
Wait, what? That's... Why?
Federal government department charged after 9-year-old child's hands caught fire after touching a plasma orb at Questacon.
Nice. Actually, I know what we could talk about. Speaking of like things catching fire, the government here in Australia wants to open for cost petrol servos,
Yeah.
and
In
the
Queensland,
guys who
only
own
so
the
far.
Yeah, it's only in Queensland.
which I'm okay
So
with.
far. Yeah.
Which the guys who run all the service and oil industry in Australia are not too happy about. They're having a good old whinge
Can't
right
imagine why.
now. It's going to drive down all our prices. Like, yeah, that's the point, Kent.
And then there'll be less competitors because we'll have to close. If your competitor is the government, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the competitor is the government and they are doing things cheap and for cost, then that's okay with me. Obviously,
Yeah.
you're not needed.
And let's face it, I shouldn't be excited that fuel got under $1.80.
Yeah. No, I have driven past places and seen fuel at $1.70 and chucked an immediate U-turn to fill up my only half full tank.
I remember there was a petrol station near me that had gas at $1.50, lying down the road.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We got a Costco membership just to get fuel at $1.65.
Yeah, I
Fuck.
can believe it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the Costco's in Queensland are too far away to be useful.
Pretty much.
I'm cheering. There's one like 2 suburbs away from me. It's like so
you
good.
lucky cunt.
You bastard.
I'm not driving out to fucking Ipswich to go to Costco. I'm sorry.
Got it. Like,
Too far.
I'm not driving out to Ipswich, period. Fuck, I don't want to get shanked.
Out in the Switch. I mean, come on. I don't know if anyone else, like, I don't know if you guys have been down that way, even, like, remotely recently.
No.
But, like, they have the big sign for, like, you're entering Ipswich, but it's over a walkway that looks like a prison guard path. Like, it's all in black metal with, like, high
Oh,
fencing on it.
fuck.
It's clearly supposed to make the, like, you know, it's safe and, like, it's
Yeah.
really hard for anyone to, like, jump off it onto cars or anything like that.
Hmm.
But it just makes it look like Ipswich is, like, the prison suburb.
Honestly, I'm surprised that people don't scroll "Abandon all hope, ye who enter here" under that sign every day. Just add it as a feature.
I would love to see, like, it's a really terrible thing to think of, but I would love to see someone from, like, a third world country who's struggled their whole life. They come here and the first they do is walk into a Costco. Because
Oh,
if that is not just pure consumerism, like, your entire country could be fed for a month
Yeah.
from one Costco, from their turnover for a day.
yeah. Just, that would be horrible. Just,
It is straight out capitalism.
yeah.
Particularly if you took them into the food court and they're like, you know, what's food cost in your country? Like an arm and a leg. This hot dog's $1.
Yeah.
Yeah, this hot dog and a drink and a piece of pizza, like, is $6. God damn, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Capitalism is a horrible and yet useful thing. It's like, yeah, we could feed everyone in the world, but there's borders. We don't like those. And-
That's not anything to do with capitalism. That's
that's
socialism.
Socialism, yeah, but either way, world government, it'd be fine. Just roll everyone into one, put a tyrant in charge, it'd be good. Just not Trump. Just please not Trump. For the love of
Please
God.
not. Please not.
Don't let him near the red button. Just come on, America. You have a chance to pull out the nosedive. Come on.
Though he had a red button, and all it did was order a Coke.
Yeah. No, I'm pretty sure that was the nuke button, but every time he hit it, it just went to the kitchen
They
guy who brought him a Coke.
deactivated it. It's like, just bring him a Coke instead.
And then he was so excited to see the Coke that he's like, oh, yay, this is great. Oh, what was I doing again? Not nuking Russia?
A
Cool.
Coke and a Snickers. You're not you when you're hangry.
Well, on that delightful note, I think we will round things out for today.
Yay.
Y'all have a good one.
Bye.
See ya.